Welcome to the second in a series of videos about Nintex Forms for Office 365. Hi, I'm Dean Virag, and in this video, I'm going to demonstrate how to add a Nintex form to a list in SharePoint Online. I'm also going to go over the basic functionality and navigation of the Nintex Form Designer interface. Please note that all the videos in this series assume that you already have Nintex Forms for Office 365 installed on your tenant and that you've installed the Nintex Forms apps on your site. Let's begin. I'm in a list that I recently created. To create a Nintex form for this list, click the List tab, then click the Nintex Forms icon. As you can see, Nintex Forms Designer runs in the browser, so there's no need to install anything on your local computer. The Nintex Forms Designer interface is split up into several different areas. These are the Designer ribbon, the Control ribbon, the Form Control toolbox, the Form canvas, and the Properties and Rules panes. In this video, I'm going to go over the Designer and Control ribbons. The next several videos will cover the remaining areas of the Forms Designer. At the top of the screen is the Forms Designer tab and ribbon. From the Designer ribbon, you can save the current form, publish the current form, preview the current form, close Nintex Forms Designer and return to the previous location, reset the form to the original auto-originated state, delete the form, clear all the controls from the form, format a control based on another selected control, create a column in the current list or document library, display the form settings, import an existing form's source XML file, export the current form to an XML file, display the Properties pane, display the Rules pane, open the Nintex Forms Office 365 Help Center, which includes application help files, a link to the Nintex Community Support page, your subscription overview, the service status, and the About Forms Designer dialog, which includes your tenant information should you need to use it. And whenever you put in a help desk ticket, if you have support with Nintex, it's always beneficial to include this information. And finally, the option to provide feedback and browse other people's ideas for improving the product. Now, let's take a closer look at a few of the ribbon controls, and we're going to start with Create a Column. Clicking this icon opens the Create a Column dialog, where you can add a new column to the current list or library without having to leave Form Designer. New columns are immediately available in the List Columns category of the Control toolbox, which will be discussed in the next video. Now, let's take a look at Form Settings. This is where you can change the appearance of the form by modifying the default form CSS class or by adding your own custom CSS. You can also add your own custom JavaScript. You can also adjust the form's mobile settings and add custom CSS and JavaScript includes. The details of the Form Settings dialog will also be discussed in future videos. Finally, let's take a look at the Properties and Rules icons. These icons show and hide the Properties and Rules panes. Located to the left of the Designer tab are the Undo and Redo icons. Located to the right of the Designer tab is the Control tab, which is hidden by default. The Control tab is made visible by clicking on any of the controls on the form, and the ribbon icons remain the same for whatever control is selected. From the Control tab, you can open the specific control settings, delete the control, bring a buried control to the front of the other controls that are stacked on top of it, send a control to the back of other controls that are stacked underneath of it, select all controls, cut, copy, and paste controls, format a control based on another selected control, edit the font settings, edit the control's fill color and line settings, add a rule to the selected control, and access the Help Center. So that's it for the designer and control ribbons. In the next video, I will be discussing the controls toolbox. Thanks for watching.